What's up everybody, GenExDividendInvestor here. In this video I'm going to show you the top stocks in April that investors on my Dividend Discord server voted that they were buying or plan to buy. I run a free Dividend Discord server which currently has over 1,550 investors on it, and it's growing all the time. It's neat to be able to chat with such a large group of Dividend investors pretty much 24 hours a day. To be honest, it has been wildly more entertaining than I envisioned when I started it about 5 months ago, as a thank you to my YouTube subscribers for getting me to 1,000 subs. I loosely moderated it to ensure we don't have toxic people, as well as to minimize self-promotion and to maximize the value of discussion and information that's provided there. I have channels dedicated to dividend stocks, non-dividend stocks, ETFs and mutual funds, crypto, real estate, and others. So it really is an investing Discord server with an emphasis on dividend companies. I've also created automated bots which post dividend increases and dividend cuts into a channel dedicated to that info, which is a helpful way to find out about that news. As always, don't take it as accurate financial advice. I also have channels to talk about news, politics, movies and TV, gaming, health and fitness, and a slew of other topics. I also have a bot which measures how engaged people are in the chat based on how often they're commenting, and it lets you level up an experience, which is strangely fun. I currently list all level 20 plus folks on my ticker that is scrolling on the bottom of my videos, as well as people who have commented on 3 of my last YouTube videos, as a simple way to acknowledge my engaged subscribers. I might raise the requirements to a higher level at some point. So I want to call out the newest Discord folks who have joined the level 20 ranks, which I call the highly engaged members, since my last poll video. So congratulations go out to Bob Wright, Jithro, Exploding Fist, All Good, and Treble Charger. I also want to call out the server boosters, who are people who donated to Discord to expand the functionality that everyone gets to enjoy. So thank yous go out to React001 and Yogru. Finally, I want to call out the newest level 30 folks that I call the server veterans. So special call outs go out to Hidden Freedom Investing, who's also a moderator, and to GW Life TV, Radsport AFC, Brunette, AccuCats, MP the Entrepreneur, Thomas Rollman, and Yogru. Thanks everyone. It has been great interacting with all of you through comments and on Discord. Now, one of the channels I've created on the Discord server is for polls. Some of these polls I come up with, and others come from members who suggest them. The number of people who answer these polls usually ranges right now from about 40 to 100 people, and it seems to be slowly trending upward as more people join the server. So as an example, on March 29th, I asked if people thought the stock market crash was over, or if we thought we were going to set new lows, and 65 out of 71 people, which is 92%, thought that the stock market crash wasn't over and we were going to go lower than our all-time lows. On March 27th, I asked if people thought if the USA was going to have negative interest rates, and 38% thought we would, and 62% thought we wouldn't. I also ran a poll asking how often people vote as a shareholder. So what I mean is, when you own a stock, you'll get a chance to vote on annual topics such as voting for or against board of director members or voting on key issues. Here, I'll show you an example of one. Alright, so here is a letter from ETrade for the 3M annual meeting. I'll darken out some of these kind of personal info. And you can vote now, and you can do this on your phone or on your desktop. And then you ultimately come in here and it'll show you when you need to vote by. And then, for example, do you want to vote for this board member or against them for some reason, or you can abstain as well. And then here's one to ratify the auditors of the firm. And then here's an approval for executive compensation. And here's a shareholder proposal on setting target amounts for CEO compensation. So it kind of shows you what the board of directors recommends as well. You can decide, do you want to vote for it? Do you want to vote against it? And so sometimes there might be an interesting topic you can read up on in the notes to understand more context about what these are about. And then again, for any reason, maybe you don't like some of the directors, you could choose to vote against it. So this was one of the polls we ran to see who actually votes on these things for each company that they own. So anyways, in this shareholder poll, of the 75 people that voted, 63% say they never voted, 20% said they voted infrequently, 3% said they voted frequently, and 14% said they voted always. Another poll I ran was asking how long people thought it would take before the beer sickness was resolved around the world. 4% said before May, 5% said before June, 12% said before July, 43% said before September, and 15% said before March. Finally, 21% thought it would take more than a year for it to get resolved. I also had a poll and asked people if they thought the Dow would go under 10,000 within the next year, and 11% said yes, and 89% said no. Finally, I asked if there would be a federal mandate for a national quarantine, and 69% said they thought there would be, compared to 31% who said no. And there's lots of other polls I have in there, like asking people how much they have in their retirement accounts or how old they are. One of the more interesting polls I run lets people vote on all the stocks they're buying or plan to buy each month. I keep adding to the list of stocks as people request it, or as I find stocks that are missing on it. So these are both dividend stocks and non-dividend stocks and ETFs. Okay, so here we are in the poll. And as you can see, we've just listed a bunch of stocks, and then you can kind of select multiple stocks before you submit. So we've got all these. And then I add more all the time. And then these are the responses. Look like somebody's already taken another one since I started this. So you can kind of see in order what we have, the different counts of different ones, of what people are voting for. So far in April, we've had 50 people who voted on it, and more are voting all the time. You can vote for multiple stocks that you're interested in, and here I'll share the stocks which had 5 or more votes. We see that Johnson & Johnson was the most popular stock to buy at 17 votes. Next was Coke at 16, then Realty Income at 14. Microsoft and AT&T both had 13 votes, and then AbbVie, Disney, and Pepsi are at 11 votes. McDonald's had 10 votes. Leggett & Platt had 8. Starbucks and Visa had 7 votes. Berkshire B, Procter & Gamble, Pfizer, VYM, and Waste Management had 6 votes. And then Google, VTI, Caterpillar, Duke, and Southern Company had 5 votes. I feel this poll data is very useful to know to gain insights into what some investors are going after. Now, I also want to address an interesting email I got. It came from someone who had asked me what stock I'd recommend to double their money. The best answer I can give to that is what Will Rogers, the entertainer, said, which was, the quickest way to double your money is to fold it in half. I got another email asking me about penny stocks, because they saw the potential for fast growth. Look, I understand your desire to grow wealth quickly, but stocks are not lottery tickets. Ask yourself, why do companies like Microsoft and Johnson & Johnson and McDonald's and such keep going up over decades? It's because their earnings are going up. You want to be an investor, not a gambler. If you want to gamble, buy penny stocks. Or better yet, just go to Vegas. Sure, you can hit a home run on insanely risky investments, but I'd wager you have better odds of losing everything. Don't go after companies that don't have solid earnings track records. Don't pray for home runs. Instead of gambling, I recommend that you use research to guide your investing decisions. Stay in your circle of competence and invest in things you know and understand. Maybe you work in construction and know of some awesome products that you keep using more of. Well, then dig into those companies and understand their financials, their competitors, their moats, etc. Or evaluate if the big name brands like Johnson & Johnson or Microsoft make sense to you. Bottom line, do your research and buy quality companies that have been growing and you believe will continue to grow for decades. You should have a basic premise behind why you believe your investment will continue to grow. Don't invest because some random idiot like me on YouTube invests in something. And please don't invest just because someone has a big following or because they're funny. Don't invest because you sat next to a couple of guys in suits on the bus that were talking about an awesome stock. Here's a great question to ask yourself to find out if you're an investor. If you do your research and you determine a good value to buy a stock at, and you buy it, and then it falls in half due to market sentiment rather than to fundamental changes, do you sell it or do you continue to buy more? If you continue to buy more, you're probably an investor. If not, you probably aren't. That's okay, there's lots of ways to make money in this world. Another reality is that you need to have the stomach to take market downturns. I get so many emails asking me if I think the market is going to go up or go down and what I'm going to do. I don't know where it's going, but I'm going to keep plugging along and I'm not going to panic sell. I also get emails asking me how long I think it will take for us to recover back to our highest highs. No one knows, but I do like to look at data, not that historical data is indicative of future performance. So I found this chart on Guggenheim. Since 1945, there have been 80 times the market has fallen 5 to 10%. That is about once per year on average, and it takes about 1 month to recover. There have been 29 times the market has fallen between 10 to 20%, with a 4-month average time to recover. There have been 8 times the market has fallen 20% to 40% with a 15-month time to recover. And there have been 3 declines over 40%, which took about 5 years to recover from. Think about it, 5 years. So from our peaks, we are in that 20% to 40% range. And if history is any indicator, then on average it will take us 15 months to get back around to a Dow of 30K. The question you need to ask yourself is, do you have the intestinal fortitude to see your portfolio drop 40% and then stay down for 5 years? That's what you need to do if you want to make it in this game. If you can stomach that, then over the long haul you should do very well. Okay, I'm signing off. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, share this video if you think it might help someone, and I'll chat with you again real soon. And remember, if you'd like to chat directly with me or with any of the 1,550 other dividend investors on my free Dividend Discord server, then click on the link in the description of this video. It'll explain how you can join from a browser or from a smartphone if you download the Discord app. Please stay healthy out there as best you can. You're a great person who will do great things. It's never too late to start, nor is it ever too late to change. Start with being a kind and helpful person. Get serious about working out and eating right. Keep investing in quality. While you're doing that, also start a digital side hustle. And bust your ass to do a great job. My grandpa once told me that you gotta work smart and hard. Working smart is good, but smart and hard is better. Remember that. Your future self will thank you. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor, and these videos are for entertainment, inspiration, and educational purposes only. Investing of any kind involves risk. I'm only sharing my opinion with no guarantee of gains or losses on investments. Don't use this information without double checking it and talking to someone a lot smarter than me after you completely understand it. So I'll see you in the next video, and remember to stay positive, patient, play for the long term, keep investing in great companies, budget reasonably, and win. I know you can do it. Just like I know you can hit the subscribe, like, and bell icons, share this video with others, and comment below.